Hello people and welcome back to FMSCOUT. My name is RDF and in today's video we are going to be looking at a very interesting tactic for Football Manager 2021. It is created by JTaylor, it is on the FMSCOUT website, but we are going to be looking at the tactic in more detail and we are going to be testing it out, checking out the results. But before we do get started with this video, please could you subscribe, could you like and leave a comment on this video. The more reach this video gets, then the more people get to see this great tactic and test it out. And in the comments you can leave some recommendations of which tactic you would like to see done next. And now let's analyze this tactic. This tactic I'm about to show you is a very interesting one. It is basically the most successful tactic so far on Football Manager 2021, meshed all into one tactic. JTaylor, who created this tactic by the way, wanted to find any noticeable patterns between each tactic. So he used around 6 hours of his time and some Microsoft Excel skills to come up with this great tactic. You know what, there's loads of authors on this list, including Nap, including Stefan HK, some of the best known FM21 tacticians out there. So of course, credit goes to those tactics as well. So I am going to list some of the noticeable patterns that he found and you can use this for your own tactics. So 14 out of the 14 tactics opted to play out of defence, 14 out of the 14 tactics drilled in low crosses, they all had counter press if possession was lost, they all used pressing intensity of 100%, they all used prevent short goalkeeper distribution, all but one used a much higher line of engagement, all but one used an attacking width of 50%. All but 2 used counter when possession has been won, and all but 3 used the offside trap. There are more noticeable patterns which you can find out on the FMSCOUT website, so make sure you head over to the Scout website. And to start off with this tactic, I am going to do what I do usually and we are going to check the results first. In the Eredivisie, Feyenoord, who I tested this tactic with, were predicted to finish third, but they managed to win the league, playing 34 games, winning 28, drawing 3 and losing 3. By the way, I personally did play every single game. This was not a holiday test. The top goal scorer for us was Kochu and he was the highest average rated player for us. He also had the most assists, so he was a very important player. He was playing in attacking midfield. He had the most man of the match awards and our keeper had the joint most clean sheets in the league. But in the league, we are going to check some statistics. Now Feyenoord, they managed to score 99 goals, which is more than Ajax. I tested the tactic personally in Eredivisie and Ajax always managed to score more than me. So this is actually the first time I've scored more than Ajax if I remember correctly, but we did have the most penalties also. It wasn't the most effective from set pieces as we can see here, so it wasn't like the set pieces was the reason why we created so many chances, but we did have the second most clear-cut chances also. We had the best conversion rate in the league and we completed the most dribbles with the most dribbles per game. We had the best defence in the league and the joint most clean sheets in the league. We also won the possession the most times, so the pressing on this tactic is very decent. We didn't have the top goal scorer, but we do have someone in 3rd place, 4th place and in joint 10th place. The same goes for the assist. We didn't have someone who was number 1, but we did have someone that came in 2nd and joint 5th. In the rest of the competitions, in the Europa League we got knocked out of the group stages, and in the cup we did get to the final but we lost 4-1 to Ajax. Ajax proving to be just a little too difficult for us in the final. But now we are going to look at the tactic. So here is Einaudi from JTaylor, and in goal we have the sweeper keeper on the defend duty. His instruction is to take fewer risks. Both fullbacks are inverted wingbacks and they both have identical instructions. Those instructions are take more risk, dribble more, shoot less often and tackle harder. In central defence we have 2 ball playing defenders and their instruction is to stay wider. On the flanks we have 2 wingers, they have identical instructions. Those are shoot less often, tackle harder and mark specific position. The left winger would be marking the right back and the right winger would be marking the left back. In central midfield we have 2 Mazzalas. The left side Mazzala is asked to take more risk, tackle harder, mark tighter and mark specific position. That position would be the defensive midfielder on the opposite side, so that would be the right hand side. For the right Mazzala, he is asked to take fewer risk, but also asked to mark a position, and that position is the defensive midfielder on the left hand side. In attacking midfielder, we have two shadow strikers, so you can see it's a strikerless tactic, of course. The left-sided shadow striker is asked to shoot less often, tackle harder, mark tighter, and mark specific position. That position would be the centre-back. The right-sided shadow striker is asked to shoot less often, tackle harder, and mark tighter. For the team instructions, the attacking mentality is there. For the attacking width, we are on fairly wide. Approach play out of the defence. Passing directness is set to slightly more direct, so 50%, and the tempo is on much higher. In the final third, there is low crosses and work ball into the box. For the dribbling, we are going to be running at the defence. In transition, when the possession has been lost, we are going to counter press, and when possession has been won, we will make our counter movements. When the goalkeeper is in possession of the ball, he will be distributing it to the fullbacks. For out of possession, we have the much higher line of engagement, and we also have a standard defence line. The defensive width is set to force opposition out wide, so it is narrow, and for the defensive shape, we do have offside trap. Pressing intensity is set to extremely urgent with prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and the tackling is get stuck in. So those are the player roles, instructions, team instructions, everything. We are now going to look a little more into the team statistics. Now for the attacking efficiency, we were aggressive and we were clinical. For our defensive efficiency, you can see we were quiet and impenetrable. How did we score most of our goals? Well, most of our goals were scored with placed shots, 10 with powerful shots, 2 cold shots, 6 lobs, 7 headers and 8 penalties. Our assist, well, 42 of them came from through balls, 11 came from opposition mistake, and 11 came from crosses. So you can see that through balls is the main source of our goals, and to score them, we use play shots. For the team statistics, Kochu was our top goal scorer. Burgess also scored 17 goals, while Tornstra managed to score 16, and Sinisterra managed to get 12 goals, while Teixeira managed to get 10. For the top assist, it is Kochu and our left back Haps. Berg is also there with 8 assists, Teixeira is there with 7, Tyrell Malaysia is there with 7, and Brian Linson is also there with 7. In the Europa League, we didn't do very well. Well, we didn't start off badly, but then as we got on, the results got worse and we managed to get knocked out in the group stages. But you can see there are lots of greens in general with our schedule, especially towards the end. Once we lost to Ajax 1-0 at home in January the 23rd, we then went on a long unbeaten run in the league, which eventually then won us the league. That includes a 5-1 victory over PSV, a 7-0 victory over Sparta Rotterdam, and a 5-1 victory over Den Haag. The 7-0 victory and the 5-1 victory towards the end is what actually won us the league. As you can see in the league, we only won it by 1 point. Just 1 point difference between us and Ajax. But unfortunately, that is it for today's video. Today's video, the tactic is provided by JTaylor. The download link would be in the description. It is a very good tactic. It's attacking. It also plays good football. I maybe haven't mentioned that enough in the video, but it does play some really good football when you are watching the game play out. But my name is RDF. It has been a pleasure recording this video for you. Make sure if you are new or you haven't yet, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. It helps us out a lot. I will see you soon. Stay safe. Peace out.